Before we start this video, I want to remind everyone that the topic I'll be discussing is very serious. Do not watch this if you're younger than 13, and if you feel like you can't handle watching this at any point in the video, please click out of the video. Your mental health should be your priority. So sit back, relax, and please watch me ramble. In the first scene, we see Lilac and Blue agree on something, but there's a sort of gloom around it. We see Lilac tell Blue to call her. In the next scene, Lavender tries to talk to Blue. She notices that he looks bothered by something, so she tries to ask if he's okay, but gets distracted by Purple, so Blue continues walking away. Pink tells Blue to sit by her. Blue doesn't want to, but he remembers a memory he had with her, where he asked her about her husband. Noticing the grey nails and lips of Pink, this was probably in the same period where Pink and Blue were in a healthy relationship, but she was starting to be more forceful. She rubs her ring, and we see when she rubs her white ring, it smudges, revealing its true color, black, meaning that she most likely painted it white to pretend like her marriage is good. Blue sees this and feels bad for her, and we see her eyes for a split second. A comment on the video theorized that her lack of eyes represent Pink turning a blind eye to the abuse in her marriage. When she revealed the black in her ring, it forced her to open her eyes and acknowledge the abuse. There was a theory before this that Pink has no eyes because she can't see the abuse she's subjecting Blue to, but I believe in the comments theory, since 1. We saw an old photo of Pink and Lilac in the video, and Pink still had no eyes, even though during that period she didn't even know Blue and wasn't abusing anyone. And 2. Pink is aware of her actions and derives joy from hurting Blue, because it makes her feel powerful. The comment went on to say that Pink's eyes are open in those photos because she can't hide that she was being abused in those pictures. I actually don't agree with that last part. I believe Pink having no eyes is a double meaning. 1 for it being that she chooses to turn a blind eye to her abuse, and 2, it symbolizes a loss of innocence. I feel like her wedding day was genuinely the happiest day of her marriage, and sadly her last too. I feel like her husband wouldn't have shown his abuse until after the wedding, when he has full control over her. Anyway, that memory makes Blue feel guilty since he sees Pink as a victim, so he decides to sit next to her. Note how her lips have gone from black to grey. Maybe this genuinely made her feel happier. The relationship the two have is very complicated. I feel like Pink does care about Blue to some degree. I mean, she was comfortable around him enough to be vulnerable about her marriage, and Vic has made posts about how Blue is the only man Pink feels comfortable being intimate with. Plus, in a post where we get to ask Yellow Blue questions, Yellow Blue replied to a comment's question about his relationship with Pink and told them how Pink told him about her new relationship before they stopped talking. Yet, even though she seems to genuinely see Blue as a friend, she still chooses to repeat the same cycle of abuse, just for her own selfish gain. Blue notices Lavender and Purple talking and smiling. Both Pink and Lilac notice that Blue is crying, and it seems Lilac wants to ask why he is, but Pink beats her to it. I think Blue broke down because it hurt seeing his older sister, someone who's supposed to protect him, not even see how much he's suffering. He's supposed to be able to vent to her, but he feels like she doesn't care about him, especially since she failed to intervene when he asked her to with both Pink and Red, so it hurts seeing her be able to laugh and smile so casually while he's suffering inside. And also, before someone comments Blue and Lavender are cousins, please don't. Vic has confirmed that they're siblings, and even if he didn't, there was no specification of their relationship prior to his post. So I have no idea where some of you heard that they're cousins for you to so adamantly impose it on me. Headcanons are fine, but remember, they're not canon until the creator confirms it. Back to the video. Blue continues to watch her talk with Purple, but Pink distracts him, and he continues to see Pink as a helpless victim. We see Magenta in the hospital with Maroon. Magenta looks up to see Lilac, and so does Maroon. Then Lilac kisses him. Maroon tries to smile at her, and Lilac feels so sad seeing him in such a bad condition, which is so heartbreaking. Lilac works really hard so she can afford Maroon's hospital bills. In another scene, Lilac gets a call from Magenta, probably about Maroon, but Purple gets mad at her. I think Purple was trying to talk to her again and got mad when she saw she was distracted by her call, and this caused her to unfortunately fire Lilac. A lot of comments on the video theorized that Purple fired Lilac because she didn't like how close she was to Blue, but I doubt that, because Purple doesn't mind the others being close to him. She was glad when she saw Red's attraction to Blue, and she's definitely aware of Pink's relationship with Blue, since in the Shut Up and Sleep With Me meme, she made Red watch as Pink dragged Blue to her office. So I believe she's just fed up of Lilac being distracted by calls. If you notice in the Shut Up Sleep With Me meme, we can see Purple trying to talk to Lilac, but Lilac was distracted because of Maroon, and Purple was visibly exhausted from trying to chase her, but got distracted by Red since, you know, she's a groomer. Also, in Baby Hotline Part 1, we see her trying to talk to Lilac, but Lilac is distracted yet again by Maroon, so she takes out her anger on Blue. I'm not sure whether or not Purple is aware of Lilac's situation, but personally, I don't think she's aware of it, and even though Lilac is a hard worker, seeing Lilac getting distracted by calls every time she wants to talk to her would be frustrating. I mean, if you replay the scene, you can see the lyrics say, "I hate coping," meaning Purple is fed up, so I believe that's why Purple fired Lilac. In the next scene, Blue tells Pink he likes Lilac, and Pink tells him he only likes Fire, which is actually true. It's confirmed Blue doesn't love Lilac and isn't interested in romantic relationships, only Fire, but Blue denies this. Pink warns him that if he breaks Lilac's heart, she'll get mad at him. Blue walks out on her and wears his heart-shaped glasses. In the next scene, we see Blue trying to contact someone. I believe it's Lilac because of the next couple of scenes after this. Purple sees Blue working and touches his arm, which startles him. It's really sad to see how afraid Blue is of touch. The commenter asked Yellow Blue if they could hug him, and Yellow Blue replied that he isn't comfortable with touch. But back to the video. Blue is still scared. Normally when Blue is startled when someone suddenly touches him or is behind him, it usually lasts a second. But since it's Purple, one of his abusers, he's still frozen until she commends him on his work. Then he relaxes, since she's not trying to assault him this time. We see Blue try to call Lilac. That's why I think he was messaging her earlier, but unfortunately he called when Maroon died. Blue goes through photos of his childhood with Lavender. He recalls his cute and happy memories with her, but then remembers her telling him about Fire, and then a gross memory of her telling him she would give him a hand, and not in a good way. The memory is crossed out to show Blue tries not to remember those memories. Blue checks his phone and is sad about something, maybe because Lilac didn't reply his messages. We see Blue and Pink in Pink's office. Pink's doing her usual gross behavior, but Blue sees her as the helpless victim again. It reminds me of this drawing Vic made. In the next scene, we see Pink looking innocent, but are reminded of her bad intentions when her wolf ears pop out. This is to mimic her husband's wolf mask, since wolves symbolize predators, and Pink wants to feel powerful to make up for how powerless she feels with her husband. I wonder if Vic got inspired to draw Pink with wolf ears from this fan animated video of Pink. You should definitely go check it out. We see Pink kiss Lilac goodbye with her white lipstick. It's really sad to see how drained Lilac looks. Lilac drops her things as Blue hugs her. Lilac says goodbye to Blue and Pink and wipes away the kiss Pink gave her. While Pink picks up the things Lilac dropped, Blue tries to wipe away his marks, but it's sad to see he can't. This is to symbolize how scars from trauma can't be easily wiped away. Pink gives Lilac her stuff and she walks away. Later we see Blue and Pink in Pink's office again. Pink helps Blue with his tie and he holds her hands. With Lilac gone and Lavender not paying enough attention to Blue, Blue feels closer to Pink, which is the general theme of this video, trauma bonding, where victims form a close emotional attachment to their abusers, which makes it more difficult for them to leave them. In the chorus scene, we see Pink getting closer and closer to Blue, but are reminded each time of her bad intentions when her wolf ears pop out. It's possible Yellow Blue still pities her, since he looked conflicted writing about her, and we know he's a biased narrator. Also, it seems Blue would eventually confront Lavender, since Yellow Blue told a comment that they both still lived together, but he had a talk with her about certain issues. I know Maroon isn't real, but rest in peace, little guy. It must have been really hard for Lilac, and Yellow Blue did say that she even thought of seeing the sun, but thankfully Magenta helped her get through it. And this brings me to the end of the video. Thank you for staying this long. Please like and subscribe to become a Mipsy. It has been scientifically proven that when you become one, good things happen to you. Don't believe me? Try it right now.